Hey, it is March 2nd, and today's vlog, it's actually, I'm going to regurgitate a story that my wife just told me earlier today. Very touching. It turns out one of her sister's coworkers went home and shared the story about Rockland with her daughter, a very young child. Um, um, so she told her what Rocki was going through and why they were supporting us by buying some t-shirts on Bonfire that my older sister set up. And the little girl went to the playground and she found some stones, some rocks, and put them in her shoes. And she walked around all day with these stones in her shoes, with these rocks in her shoes. And later on in the day, when her mom was taking off her shoes, she came across a rock, and she didn't think much of it until she took off the other shoe, and then there was another rock. So she asked her daughter why what these rocks were for. And she goes, well, the rocks remind me of Rocki, and I put them in my shoes. And her mom said, didn't they hurt? And she goes, well, yeah, but it's nothing compared to what Rocki's going through. And very touching, very sweet story. And it shows you the effect of Rocki's story has on other people, which is very touching, because when you were walking around the UCSF campus, you see all these other people and they have no idea what you're going through at that time. They're going on with their lives. We were at lunch today and my wife and I were catching up, and as we were sitting there, a woman came in that was quite distraught. It was evident that she had been crying, and she was holding a brown stuffed bear. But then when she came across one of the staff members, she just kind of broke down. And I recognized the woman. She was, last time we saw her, she was, it was evident that she was pregnant. But the fact that she was at UCSF kind of tells you something else is going on. So to see her basically collapse in the arms of one of the staff members. The staff member was so sweet and so caring and so involved. I didn't really listen too much to the conversation, but it was evident that she was going through some really tough times too. So, we were dealing with Rocki and everything that's going on with her, and everything that's, all these bits and pieces are adding up, and it's emotionally, it's a roller coaster. It's hard. But to hear the story this morning of the little girl walking with rocks in her shoes, and then seeing another person going through a hard time, it puts your life into perspective. I feel for everyone around us where we're staying. Nobody's staying here because they are they're not facing any issues. They're staying here because there's something pretty serious going on. And I feel for them, for everybody that I pass in the hallways and I see. I don't know their stories. In fact, I'm afraid to hear about their stories because it's hard. I mean, we're trying to deal with our daughter and her situation, and there's probably over 100 families staying where we are that are going through similar issues. No matter how dire or how tragic they are or not, they're still going through something at this time. So it's hard. It's really, really hard. And I feel for them. My son got this toy that works off of little slingshots. They're little, they're like, he calls them rockets, but they have lights on them. And you have a rubber band slingshot and you sling them up in the air. So he's been asking to do it in the last several nights. It's just not been ideal. It's either been too cold or too windy. But tonight, we're all worked out. He reminded us several times today that we should go and do it. And he was right, because we finished dinner and we went outside, and I was wondering what these toys were going to do, but they have different lights, and you launch them up into the air, and if you do it right, they whistle, and they come down kind of like in a helicopter motion. And it was just to hear his glee, his joy, every time he shot them up in the sky and they came down. It was just amazing. And of course he was asking, because we're technically right outside the window where Rocky's staying, and he's like, "Do you think Rocki sees these?" And Melinda had just been upstairs, and she goes, "Well, if she was awake, she would be looking out the window, and she would be able to see these light rockets flying in the air." So Drew wants to come back and do it again when Rocki can see them, because his idea is that he's sharing something that's going on with him, some joy that he's having. He's sharing it with her in the only way he knows how right now. Very touching, very nice. Anyway, it's going to be a short video today, but I am planning to shoot one. I'm planning to do this daily, which I had planned before, but of course life gets in the way. So this is March 2nd, and this is video 22, or episode 22 as I'm listing them. So thanks for watching, and once again, if you're going through anything like we're going through, I am so sorry, and I am sending my positive thoughts and my prayers out to you. Thanks for watching, and remember, hug your kids, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. All right. Thanks for watching again.